Hi, I want to talk a little bit about dementia and Alzheimer's and how this has become an inspiration for me to work with carers, people who are caring for loved ones who are living with Alzheimer's or dementia. It's something which is very close to my heart personally, and it's something which we are experiencing within my own family daily. 2013 Christmas, we were at my mum and dad's house, and it was my family, my husband's family. There was a whole host of us there having normal festivities, and we were just about to sit down for the traditional Christmas turkey lunch, which my mum has done stunningly every single year. Just before we were sitting down, I said, "Mum, where are the roast potatoes?" Her face went blank, and she looked at me and she went, oh, I've forgotten to do them." So that was strange in itself. We all thought, oh, she's had one too many glasses of red wine, and just made light of it and managed to rustle up some roasties as fast as possible, albeit not as crispy as they were previous years, but all was well. A few years later, as mum's cognitive functions notably were declining, my dad, being a retired doctor, finally, after being coerced excessively by myself and my brothers, took mum to a memory clinic, and it was there that sadly my mum was diagnosed with vascular dementia and has been living with it and is still living with it now, today in 2020. It's been a really tough journey, and anybody who's experienced living with and loving somebody with Alzheimer's or dementia will recognise that it is something that you were never prepared for, and the emotions which are evoked are magnified with the sadness and grief that you're losing somebody that you love. And this is my own personal experience. Everybody's experience, of course, is different. I really have a deep empathy for people who are going through life living with a loved one with Alzheimer's and dementia, because watching somebody that you love slip away day by day cognitively whilst they're physically there is so hard. And the many different stages of the illness as the brain deteriorates through the illness are so intensely frustrating for the patient, but equally as much for the person caring for them. The constant repetition, the mood swings, and just everything that comes with it. There is too much. There's a myriad of emotions and experiences, too many to talk about right here. One thing I will say is, if you are a carer caring for somebody who you love, there may come to a time where it just is simply too much and it becomes incredibly overwhelming. And it's those people who I'm reaching out to and saying, you're not alone. There are so many wonderful charities out there wanting to support and have support available for you. And there's counsellors, myself included, who offer a service to you where you can come and sit in an objective, non-judgmental space which is safe, and you can sit with your feelings and really explore everything which is going on for you. And in the experiences that I have shared with clients and for myself and my family, being able to talk to somebody about what's really going on, what you're truly feeling without judgment, is incredibly helpful, and it can help lift the overwhelm week on week to enable you to carry on caring for that loved one and keeping them at home as long as possible. During this time, my father has been by my side, steadfast, looking after mum through thick and thin. And honestly, there are times when I really don't know how he's managed it, because I've been to visit and I haven't obviously spent as much time as my dad has with my mum. And I find even just a day or two with my mum is incredibly difficult, or especially was a year or so ago when she was more cognitively available. And he survived. One of his coping mechanisms is literature. He reads a lot, he writes a lot, and he has written a book of poems, some of which I have put onto my website and my blog, and I will continue to put more on as he writes them. And he's written a book of dementia sonnets, and I wanted to read one to you now because it's beautiful. Sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation brings its own duress, a senseless situation unresolved, for while she sleepwalks, he must be involved, nor lose proportion as the hours progress. but with his body crying out for sleep, he wonders if she plays a subtle role, dementia or subliminal control, intent or not, to drive a man to weep. A bed with tea, and in the dawning light, her sleepless wanderings he'll enumerate, but with no comprehension of his plight, she'll show no empathy, nor can relate to his distressed, red-eyed, unshaven face, her unrecalled maleficence, commonplace. So if you are caring for somebody with dementia, my heart goes out to you. It is really tough. But remember, you're not alone. And if you do go onto my website and you click through to the Alzheimer's and Dementia Counselling page, at the bottom of that page there's a really long list of really good supportive charities who will be there to support you as and when you need. As too will I. Take lots of care. Bye bye.